We're going to move on to drawing a section through the building. Now, let's create a new layer. Let's create 3 new layers actually. First one, I just want to create a layer that we're going to use for some annotation. So let's just call this annotate and make this layer color yellow. And OK. Make it current, please. Alright, create another couple of layers and we'll call this one section heavy. So this is the parts of the building that are getting cut through, and this one wants to be magenta, so it uses a thick pen eventually. Next new layer, we'll call it section background. So BACKG is the usual shortening for background, and these lines want to be much thinner eventually, so we'll use color 3 for those. And OK. OK, annotate's current at the moment, that's fine. So I just want to draw a line on the drawing to show you where the section's getting taken. So I'll turn O-snaps off, but keep ortho on. OK, so I'm going to use a polyline to indicate where my section is. From here, approximately to the middle of the plan, up a bit, and then to about this position. So I go through wall and pool and then the outside wall. So that's the course of our section. Now change to layer section heavy. I'm zooming out a wee bit and I'm just going to draw a line around about this position. There should be enough space to draw the section above that line. Press return. Okay, now the floor, I'm saying the floor is 250 millimeters thick, so use the offset command. So that's O, return, 250, return. Pick that line, go upwards, pick again. Press return to stop the command. Now what we'll do is we'll copy some lines down. So that's CP, return, capture these 2 and these 2 and return. So we'll deal with the kind of garden walls first. Ortho's on, those snaps aren't at the moment, that's okay. Click a base point out here, out of trouble, slide down, let the lines collide and select, then press return to stop the command. Now I want to establish the height of these walls, and that is 3.6 meters. So that's O, return, 3600, return, pick the floor line, go up, pick again. Return to stop the command. Now the easiest way to tidy at the top of these walls would be to use trim. So that's TR, return, grab these 5 lines and return, and then we nibble away the bits we don't want and return. Best way to tidy up the bottom of the walls would be to use fillet. So it's F and return, and we pick the bits we want to keep. So it's here, here, return, here, here. Do that same on the other side, so returning in between. Okay, so that's the outside wall. It's a bit like a tray or an upturned staple or something. And then we've got a kind of a H frame in the middle of the building. So we need to steal a couple more lines. So let's take 4 lines from these thick walls in the middle. Return, base point, let them collide with the bottom line, make things easier, and return. Okay, the center of the building's kind of higher, it's got this higher portion. And the floor to ceiling inside the building is 4.2 meters high. So that's offset, 4200, return, pick your floor, go up, pick again. Now do two more offsets, each of 450. First one sets the thickness of the roof, then the height of the parapet. Press escape. Now I can do a fair bit of editing here using the grips and extending and shortening method. So just click a line, take the grip, put your O-snaps on, and it'll be able to take it perpendicular. So we just do that to tidy up and kind of establish most of the section. Just do a line at a time. These two can go further in. And a tiny, oops, didn't take that far enough. And a tiny bit of tidying at the bottom. Okay, press escape. So the basic forms there just needs a bit of tidying up now. So you could get away with using trim now. TR, return, capture all of these lines and return, and then nibble away the bits we don't want to see. So we've got a nice closed shape. Okay, that's the solid of this building cut through. Let's change to section background and throw in a few lines of what's going on further behind. So L, return, endpoint to perpendicular, return twice, endpoint to perpendicular, return twice, there to there, and return. Now there's a kind of a wall, like a thin wall that divides main courtyard from the sort of sub courtyards, and this is the wall I'm talking about. So this would be seen in the background here. So we need to establish where that is. So an offsets will be easiest. So 900 and return. Take vertical line, come in, vertical line, come in. Return twice, change your offset distance to 2100. Take the floor, go up, floor, go up. Press return to stop the command, and then fill it to tidy up the corner. Return in between. Now these 4 lines need to be put onto layer section background. Okay, it's shaping up quite quickly now. Now there's a doorway in the background. Let's just put that in. So let's draw a couple of lines down. In that manner. And this too is 2100 high. So offset 2100. Pick the floor, go up. Press escape. And fillet those together to form the appearance of a doorway behind. Press escape. Put that line onto layer section background. Press escape. Okay, on this side of the section we're cutting through the window. Now, the windows in this building happen to be square, so the shape that we have for the window on plan is going to be the shape that it is in section. So we can copy that information down. So CP, return, capture the window and the bit of wall, and return. And the base point, probably safest if you chose the bottom of the window. Then zoom out, slide down, and you can place this perpendicular. Don't accept endpoint, okay? You want perpendicular. So put your cursor over here, tap your tab key until perpendicular shows up, then left click your mouse. Press return to stop the command. Now this line needs shortened because it's hidden, you've got a line on top of a line. So I click it once, take the grip, and make sure it gets up to the top of the window there. Same with this line, it shouldn't be solid there, it's only solid down to that point. I've got a hole in the floor here, so click the line once and delete, but then extend this one across. Final bit of detail here would be a line coming down, because the wall carries on beyond the window before it gets to this wall. So a single line from there, perpendicular, and return. The last bit of detail is actually the trickiest bit of drawing here, and that's to put in the pool, the section through the pool, because you notice the line is going through the pool. So let's work a bit closer in this corner of the drawing. So the pool is 300mm off the wall, so let's put that in first. So O, return, 300, return, pick that line, go in, pick again. And remember it was 1500 wide. So pick the newest line, go in and pick again. Now we want to establish the depth of the pool, and that's 600mm. So just click on the line, click the grip, set the direction, which is downwards, a distance of 600, and return. Do the same on the other side. Okay. Now join those two endpoints together and return, and then shorten them, bring them down to the floor. Right, we've got the kind of profile of the inner of the pool, but we need to chop out the floor here. So use trim for that. Take these two lines as your cutters and return, and then chop away there. Press escape to stop. This line's on the wrong layer, may as well change it just now. And then we need to offset these lines to get the actual thickness of the floor going around the pool. So O, return, 250, which is the floor thickness. This is a bit basic, but it gives you the impression. Press escape to stop offset, and then use fillet to tidy up the corners. Very nearly there now. We'll draw a line across the top of the pool. This represents the floor finish beyond. Offset this downwards by 50, and that represents the kind of thickness of the floor finish. Offset it another 100, and this will give us a line to represent the water surface in the pool. And that is a very simple section through this quite elegant basic building.